It's not easy being a building principal. It seems that the more you do, the more people expect. And the sad thing about human nature is that your staff, your citizens, and your parents will never judge you on your success. The truth is that when asked about your improved scores and increased attendance and better parent outreach in your community, they'll say that that's what they expected to see from you all along. Even worse is that many will judge you on your failures, the students that have fallen through the cracks, those small but significant number of students who seem to cause you and your staff almost all of your worries. It just doesn't seem fair that less than 10% of your students can cause you over 90% of your worries. But it's true. Sad, but true. I had a good colleague. He was a well-respected reading researcher who gave me a statistic that I have never forgotten. For every 6 students you have testing well below the 20th percentile, you will need 13 students testing at the 90th percentile or higher to simply cancel out the negative impact these chronically failing students have on your school's scores and reputation. Even worse, these are the students that are defying conventional reading intervention. These are the students that your teachers lose sleep over. These are the students that you are spending large amounts of your time and energy and staff and financial resources, and yet you are seeing little or no return on your investment. But there is good news. I can help you and your staff with these chronically failing readers at a level and speed of impact that will literally astonish you. I am a former classroom teacher, university professor, school psychologist, and special education director. Most importantly, I am an applied reading researcher. I have spent the past 30 years of my life looking at the basic reading research produced at major universities and created a reading solution based on these important findings. My work, which has been published in over a dozen national and international research journals, has been critically and favorably reviewed by some of our best researchers, such as Dr. Jay Samuels, co-chair of the National Reading Panel, Dr. Charles Hargis, noted author and professor emeritus of the University of Tennessee, Dr. P. David Pearson, dean of the College of Education, the University of California, Berkeley, and distinguished educational researcher and author Dr. Robert Algazine of the University of North Carolina. I am proud to say I have helped thousands of teachers serve tens of thousands of these previously failing students across grade levels. And now I want to share my exciting reading solution with you and your staff. It is my goal to help you to dramatically accelerate the vocabulary, expressive fluency, comprehension, word recognition, and most importantly, confidence of your hardest-to-reach students. My solution has been documented to show significant and almost immediate impact on time on task, reading volume rate, student independence, and background knowledge. And thanks to our easy-to-use online reporting features, you will be able to open your laptop and immediately be able to measure success by the student, teacher, and school. You'll be able to submit these dramatic growth reports to your parents, staff, colleagues, or supervisors. And your staff will appreciate that you took the time to find a cutting-edge reading solution that not only works quickly, but provides them with everything they need to teach these students in their classrooms in an incredibly easy-to-use format, a program that gives them hope. As one reading intervention teacher in Philadelphia just wrote, "Your program is awesome. I am seeing growth in students who have never experienced any reading success." Or as one special education teacher just shared with us, "Just wanted to share some amazing news with you. Remember OB, second grader who couldn't read? He was in the group when I first started teaching the Failure-Free Reading program 4 years ago. Well, I ran into him this weekend, and he told me he is in the 8th grade at the junior high in honors classes. I literally wanted to burst into tears from happiness." She continued, "I've also had 2 other parents come up to me in the last month. One told me that her daughter is now in 7th grade at junior high, making the honor roll. And the other parent told me his son is now in 8th grade at the junior high, and he is also on the honor roll." She ended by stating, "Thank you for introducing us to this wonderful program, which has made a tremendous difference in so many of the children that I have taught." So why does it work so well? And what did my research discover? The answer centers around 3 key reading research facts that every building principal or district administrator seeking to make a real difference must burn into their memory bank. The first fact is that we are clearly underestimating the reading ability of these chronically struggling readers. The good news is that these students can do faster, higher, and more. The second fact is that while all reading programs work, they do not work for all students. Research suggests that the average failing rate for most conventional reading interventions is 30%. Why is it that all programs fail to reach all poor readers? Because there is no one universal group of poor readers. Research shows that there are 3 distinct groups of poor readers: poor readers who are slightly behind, struggling readers who are moderately behind, and chronically struggling readers who are really behind, or the students I want to help you reach. The third and final fact is that the brain does compensate. There are significant neural pathways built into the brain that will allow struggling students to succeed, provided you know how to tap into them. Fortunately, my intervention has been documented to do just that. In 2 separate international studies, brain imaging researchers at Carnegie Mellon University and the Massachusetts Institute of Technology found that my intervention was actually able to rebuild the white cortical matter in the brains of poor readers in less than 100 hours of instruction. I want to share with you and your staff a proven, viable reading intervention based on a belief every educator must hear. Let me start with the belief. The real enemy to reading success is not the student or the teacher or the parent or the administrator. The real enemy is the instructional approach and the inappropriateness of the instructional materials as they pertain to the unique needs of chronically struggling readers. Change the approach and you will change their performance outcomes in terms of vocabulary, expressive fluency, comprehension, word recognition, and most importantly, confidence. The feedback I am getting from teachers across the nation is astonishing. What excites teachers about my solution is its age-appropriate appearance, speed at which it works, dramatic student growth, ease of use, and that it is data-driven. They also enjoy that my solution targets their hardest-to-teach students, has a zero-reject philosophy, meets the toughest Common Core standards, promotes neuroplasticity, provides IEP academic behavioral objectives, and produces a significant change in attitude. Teachers also enjoy that my program is very easy to understand and implement. Training is quick, less than 3 hours, and classroom instruction requires very little teacher prep time. So what makes this solution so different? It is based on the fact that chronically struggling readers carry with them 3 characteristics that set them apart. In my best-selling Kindle ebook, The Failure-Free Methodology, New Hope for Non-Readers, I state that they are PD, ED, and LD. PD stands for the phrase phonetically deaf. Many are born with a tin ear for sound. Others are confused as to the importance of phonics and are stuck at skills. Students with PD can decode words, but they don't pause at commas, stop at periods, they read in a monotone tone, and when asked what they've read, answer, "I don't know." PD students need a whole word visual approach. ED stands for environmentally denied. ED students are usually low income and come to school with limited background knowledge. They can't read for meaning because they can't relate to the content. My program's methodology is designed to improve background knowledge. LD stands for language deprived. LD students cannot read for meaning above their language comprehension. What good is sounding a word out if you don't know what the word means? My program is a highly structured language development program that allows teachers to systematically and explicitly teach mastery of the academic words essential to reading success. Why highly structured? because our students don't do well in an unstructured setting. They need to know what to expect on a daily basis. This is one reason why our students are learning 10 times more words in half the time of conventional interventions. I am offering a school solution that will allow one teacher to serve up to 25 of your most severe students for $2,499. This solution will include our non-consumable teacher print kit, a $1,250 value, and our online electronic access for up to 25 seats worth $3,750. In other words, you will receive a discount of 50%, but you have to act now. One final reading research note. Text does matter in the teaching of reading to chronically struggling readers. My solution is the only solution to remove the roadblocks found in text that prevent students from comprehending, such as uncommon names, dates, places, abundant use of pronouns, limited use of idiomatic expression, figurative speech, awkward grammar, and limited exposure to keywords and phrases. Put all this together with easy-to-follow scripted teacher lessons, small group instruction, diagnostic prescriptive instructional online talking software, thousands of reinforcement activities, both electronic and paper and pencil, and you have the prescription for dramatic reading success. But don't take my word on what my solution can produce for your lowest subgroups: special education, low income, minority, and English language learners. Independent researchers in Broward County, the 6th largest school district in the nation, found that my solution produced an astonishing 92% passing rate for special needs middle school students on the Florida Alternative Assessment Test. In one Texas study, researchers found that my solution reduced the number of students eligible for special education by 60%. My solution even helped turn a Midwest state's lowest performing school into the school with the state's highest growth in 1 year, a feat that actually brought a helicopter visit to the school's front lawn by the governor of the state. This is exactly what I want to do in your school at a price you can't refuse. But you have to decide quickly, because this $2,499 opportunity will not last long, and when it is over for good. So time really is of the essence. As you can imagine by now, I love staff development, especially staff development that allows teachers to implement proven curricular solutions that have immediate and long-term impact. I also love solutions that prevent the sunburn effect. The sunburn effect is what happens all too often with staff development that lacks easy-to-implement follow-through classroom opportunities. The teachers leave the session with a radiant glow. The presenter was terrific. The ideas were excellent. The teachers were excited with what they heard. They really want to give it a try. However, without real, tangible, ready-to-use materials, they go back to the demands of their regular day-to-day instructional grind. And while the teachers really want to try these approaches and create these materials, they simply haven't the time or energy. And sadly, their radiant glow begins to peel over time. Hence, the sunburn effect. The beauty of my solution is that your staff will not only receive an extraordinary amount of great classroom-tested research, but they will also receive an abundant amount of real, tangible materials and software that they can use from day one. And because of this, their newfound radiant glow continues throughout the school year. My $2,499 solutions are available for elementary and secondary schools, regular or special ed, or English language learners. You and your staff will have immediate access to a live, online 2-hour webinar. They will also be sent the print materials and login information to access both the online diagnostic prescriptive instructional solution and to download additional electronic print materials, including criterion reference tests measuring word recognition, fluency, and comprehension. They can also download parent communication packets in English and Spanish and an exciting online reading attitude adjustment survey documenting positive changes in their attitude toward reading. Please look at the attached PDF in this email documenting my materials, my approach, and why we work. I promise you will be amazed at what we can do. More importantly, I personally promise you that I will not let you down. I am but a phone call away, but please remember, you must order quickly. This incredible $2,499 price will not be available for long. Please order today.